Hey everybody. Hi. Hello. All right. So, let me just make sure everything is all good and that I'm live. I just want to make sure I can see my face here. Where is it? All right, good. Cool. I see my face. All right. Hey everybody. Welcome to this live. So, it's called 3 Reasons Why Your Content Isn't Converting into Clients. Because it's not. Because it might be super, super boring. But I'm going to get into that, all right? So what I'm going to talk about basically on this live, wait, let me open that up again. What I'm going to talk about on this live is how you can actually start using your content to convert into clients, all right? So I'm not just leaving you high and dry, making fun of you and saying, well, your content isn't converting. And I'm going to talk about why it isn't, all right? And this was a big problem. I'm speaking on this, guys, and I can speak on this so easily because this was a big problem for me when I was just scheduling out social media. So if you're here right now, you're just scheduling out social media just to like crank out content. So I used to be in that place of like, oh, well, I just need to have a whole bunch of stuff scheduled. And then I'll get people to kind of engage with my social media and find me and then convert magically into clients. But my content wasn't really engaging. It wasn't engaging, it wasn't speaking, it wasn't attracting. And it was just kind of out there just as like a done, and maybe I'd get a couple likes and stuff like that. And maybe my mom would be like, hey, great post, Shannon, you know, but I wasn't getting it to actually convert into clients. And now through what I do is like organic marketing. So it basically is like I am now able to just write posts, just do lives, and I get that now, guys, to convert into clients. And no, I haven't added 1 million people to my following. It was just that I wasn't speaking to my following in the right way. I wasn't saying the things that they needed to hear. I wasn't being bold. I wasn't being myself. I wasn't saying something new or different. I wasn't really just, I didn't have it like structured. I really didn't have it so, not so much of structure, but I really just wasn't, I didn't know how to even use it. I think that's the point. I didn't know how to use my social media to actually use it to convert from people who just follow me into people that buy from me, all right? I mean, I wasn't terrible. I would get people, of course, here and there to work with and clients and stuff like that, but it is so much easier now since I've been following these kind of different ways that now I'm able to get these people to convert. Okay, so let's talk about why your content isn't converting. 3 reasons why your content isn't converting. And I can tell you right now that number 1 is because you're not getting people to stop in their scroll hole, okay? I actually never said that out loud before. I have it written on my notes, but I never realized how kind of gross scroll hole sounds. So 1, you're not getting people to stop when they're in the middle of a scroll hole, and you're not saying something that actually catches their attention. And what I mean by that is you have to say something. You have to say something bold. It doesn't mean you have to open up your life and say something traumatic or anything like that. No, you just have to actually make a bold statement that you firmly and totally believe in, okay? So that first statement should be at the top of a post, all right? So I've had 2 posts. What I'm going to do is be giving you guys like an opt-in pretty much, and it's going to show you what type of content has converted very well for me, and they all follow the structure of this format. So first, the first statement on any type of content you're putting out, whether it is a Facebook post, an Instagram post, a Facebook Live, a blog post, that first title has to stop people in their scroll hole. It has to actually get them to see, oh my God, I need to read the rest of this post. Oh my God, I can relate so much to what this girl is saying. Or, oh my God, I can't believe she even said that. Or, oh my God, I was just thinking that. All right, so something along those lines. So I've had 2 Facebook posts that have done extremely well that have followed the structure. So one of the posts I did, the top of it said, I made my monthly income in 24 hours, true story. 8K months are now becoming 8K days, and this is my life now. Okay, so that was the top of one of them. Yours do not have to be about money. No, not at all. My second most popular post, that's probably more popular than that one, was actually about like something that happened with my mom. Like it was about a fight that I had with my mom. So the second one was titled, The Time I Told My Mom to Fuck Off, Went into the Coach Store, and then had my best month ever. So that was the top of the second post. And this post actually, I think, did better than the one where I talked about my money story or this big money goal that I had. So what I did was I took something at the top of the post and I wrote something that stopped people in their scroll hole, right? Saying something like, I made my monthly income in 24 hours. That sounds interesting and intriguing, right? That sounds like something you would want to keep reading. Or saying, I told my mom to fuck off. Some people would want to hear the rest of that story. Some people would, first they would be like, I can't believe she did that. Or they would also be like, oh, wow, like, I can't believe she did that. I've always wanted to kind of, be honest with my mom or something, right? And it kind of grabs your attention from the scroll hole. All right. Second thing, okay, you're not saying anything bold. You're not actually saying anything that is taking a stand. You maybe are putting out cute inspirational posts. Maybe you're putting out cute inspirational images. When I did it, it was always like, hey, here's a tip. I did a lot of teaching before in my type of posts and things like that. And I mean, maybe once in a while I would get a client, but actually saying something that I truly stand for, believe in, and that even gets people in my content. I've had people who hate on my content, and that is actually a good thing, because what I'm doing is I'm calling out exactly who I'm trying to attract, and I'm repelling people that don't stand for the beliefs that I have around women in business. And that is actually a great thing, guys, okay? So most of my content was completely boring. It was so boring. It was literally like, a lot of my stuff was a lot of teaching. So it was like, like here's like this, or here's some way to do this, or, 4 ways to get more Pinterest followers or something. And now my content is totally different in that I am taking a stand and telling a story. All right. So taking a stand and telling a story is very different than like, here's 5 beautiful ways to spice up your blog post, or here's like 2 pictures of great, weddings or something like that. Right. You don't want to do that types of stuff. Or here I am on vacation. If your vacation relates to some type of business story or relates to your clients in some way, then tell a freaking story about that, okay? Don't just leave it so vague, so boring, right? You have to tell a story and get bold. And what I mean by that is, in my posts that I've done that have been like my highest converting posts, I always walk through and told people the story. It was almost like you read the top and the headline was really bold. It caught your attention, stopped you in the scroll hole. Then I said something bold and I peeled back the curtain of what it looked like. So for example, in the post I just told you guys about, the one about basically when I told my mom to fuck off. So the title of it is, I told my mom to fuck off, went into the coach store and had my best month ever. Then what I continue to go on and do in that post is I continue to go on and peel back and show you the story behind this, okay? So I give you a little bit more context behind it. I say things like, this was what my relationship with my mom was like. And then I set up the scene of the time I told her to fuck off. So I was like, we were shopping at Christmas time, we were at outlets, and my mom had already started making comments about how I wanted to go into the higher end luxury stores. And I had decided for my life that I wanted to be a woman who does buy herself high-end luxury things. And not in a way of like, I want to show my mom how much money I have. It was just that this is what I want for my life. I want my life to be able to allow me to have those things. And that's what I want, If yours is different, if yours is like, I want to be able to have more money to go on experiences and travel around the world, cool, right? So for me, it was like telling my mom that. So in the post, I peeled back, the curtain, and I set up the whole story. I said we were shopping, right? I was telling my mom I wanted to go in the store, I wanted to go to the Coach store. And what I do is I really set up the whole situation as if I am telling you a story, as if you are watching a movie or reading a short story about this whole situation, and you can kind of visualize it and see it in your head, right? So I'm not like teaching you, I'm actually giving you a very personal, vulnerable, this was hard for me to write post because my mom does see my posts. And we ended up going on to have a better relationship than ever. But me actually telling the story of this was fucking hard and it felt very personal. But that post has reached so many women That post has gotten so many things, gotten more people into my community. It's gotten people attracted to me and people repelled from me. There were a lot of people that thought I was ungrateful, that I was a bitch, like all this other stuff. But that is okay. You want your content to either attract people so strongly to you or repel them very far from you, right? So the people who didn't resonate with the story that I told, great. Don't be in my circle. You're not for me. There probably is someone else for you that you can relate to, but I'm not your girl, right? So if your content isn't getting people to love it or hate it, then what's the fucking point? Like, then you're not really making an impact at all in your community. Then you're not memorable. You're not, really taking a stand. You're not really having a fight in this game. Like, you're just kind of like out there kind of putting stuff. And I know it's incredibly scary to be bold in your content. I know it's incredibly scary to tell stories, personal stories, to say things like, me, I like put my whole heart and soul. I put all of my numbers out on the line, the specific amount of money that I had made. That was very scary to me, right? In my other posts, I said specifically how much money I had made. That's really scary. Sharing, someone's story about, hold on one second. I just want to make sure my internet's still good. Oh, no. All right, it cut out a little bit. I think I'm still here. All right. But anyways, so that's number 2. Saying something bold, saying something true, telling a story, all right? And then number 3, the number 3 tip that I can give you to get your content to convert into more clients is to actually just structure it in a way, really, like structure in a way that it's easy to read. And don't just, if you give me like 2 sentences or 3 sentences, all right, but give me something deep, right? Give me something that I can read. Like I want like a long post, not super long, but I want a long post. I want to get engaged with your headline and I want to go deeper with you. I used to only do shallow deepness. Like I wouldn't tell you the whole thing. I would be very kind of vague. I wouldn't be very specific with who I was speaking to, right? I was just kind of like, and I wouldn't let you see everything. I wouldn't want to go deeper within the story. I would just want to leave it here. Okay, so if you are telling a story and you're saying something bold and you have your headline that's stopping the scroll hole, don't just kind of leave it like, tell a story. Give us a long post. Give us a beautiful image. Give us emojis if you want, right? Make emojis, break it up so it's readable, okay? But go deep. That's the whole point. Go deep in this post. Say something bold. Have an eye-catching headline, and really talk to your clients. Really talk to those people. Be specific about, you can not just say stories about yourself. What you can also do is tell stories about how your client, your ideal client that you want to work with, right? Where are they right now? Where are they right now in their business that you need to speak so specifically to their pain point that they cannot avoid your content? That they are like, get out of my head. Why are you all up in my business? How do you know that I didn't just book that last client at like my lower price or whatever? How do you know that I'm not booking clients that I want to book at my price? And this is how you do it, guys. It's as simple as that, right? That's it. All you have to do is just be bold and share and tell stories. All right. So that's what I got for you guys today. I haven't been live on Shannon De Palma Coaching in a while, but I wanted to say hello to you guys, and I wanted to let you know that the Leader Within is still open for enrollment if you want to grab a seat. I will still leave another seat open probably till like maybe tonight. I just did the live module yesterday. So I would love to have you guys in there. It's all about creating your first 10K month in the laziest, easiest, most aligned way possible while up-leveling your money mindset, because don't we all need to do that? All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great weekend.